Hello everyone and welcome to the demo video of FxLx Radio, the interviews explained. My name is FangXiLi Xue and at this moment we are at the interview room above the FxLx Radio studio inworld. In this video I will tell you more about how an interview with FxLx Radio exactly works. We do several kinds of interviews. At this moment we stream interviews for our radio items The Cover Up and Virtual Cookie. The Cover Up is all about live performers in Second Life. In the interviews for The Cover Up, live performers can tell our listeners about what they do, where they perform and how they can be booked for events and venues. Live singers will present a self-recorded song, a covered song of an original, that we will stream after the interview to give our listeners a full experience of what the involved performer does and how they sound like. Listen to a few examples of The Cover Up.
Hello everyone out there, thank you for tuning in to FxLx Radio. My name is Amoria and today we have a very special guest. Today we'll be interviewing one of Second Life's talented singers and songwriters by the name of Femi. Femi, thank you so much for being here. How are you today?
I am great, thank you. How are you?
I'm great, thank you so much for asking. So first we're going to start off. Can you tell us a little about yourself and how you got into the Second Life music scene?
Sure thing. I have been a singer-songwriter since I was about 18.
How would you describe your style of music?
I'm heavily influenced by a few genres. I would say pop, rock, alternative, indie rock, a little bit of 70s kind of folk.
Before you go, can you tell us how you can be booked and where we can hear all of your work in real life and Second Life?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a booking manager. Her name is Dara Lish. You can contact her. You can also contact me.
And that information can be found in the stream title notification. Thank you again so much, Femi.
Thank you so much.
Up next, we'll be playing a cover song by Femi that is called Shelter by Birdie. Thank you all again for tuning in to FxLx Radio. Music is the voice of the soul.
I find shelter in this way.
Hello everyone out there. Thank you for tuning into FxLx Radio. Today we'll be interviewing another talented singer and songwriter from here on Second Life by the name of Afwi. Afwi, thank you so much for being here today. How are you today?
I'm really good. Thank you very much for having me. It's such an honor.
Can you tell us a little about yourself and about how you got onto the Second Life music scene?
Well, like you said, my name's Alfie and I'm an independent musician. I'm from South Yorkshire, England. And I've started playing in Second Life and singing in Second Life not more than a year and a half ago.
How would you describe your style of music?
Well, I've always been influenced by sounds from indie rock scene of Britain.
Where do you perform mostly? Like what venues and events could we find you performing at on the grid?
Well, actually, I perform almost anywhere, to be honest. It's just that I don't have any preferences on where to play. I think you're gonna play a song, so you let me know what you think about it.
Yes, up next we'll be listening to a cover song by Afwi called Love is a Laser Quest by the Arctic Monkeys. Thank you again for tuning in to FxLx Radio. Music is the voice of the soul.
Do you still feel younger than you thought you were by now? But darling, have you started feeling old yet?
And then there is Virtual Cookie, a new radio item where we interview interesting and successful business owners in Second Life. They will tell our listeners about their businesses, their sim, their shop, inworld, or anything else that they have been building up to a success. Who is the person behind these ideas, behind the business, and how did they manage to be successful in what they do? Where did it all started? But also the latest scoops, updates and new projects can be discussed in the interview of Virtual Cookie. Check this out. Welcome and thanks for tuning in to FxLx Radio. Today we present another episode of Virtual Cookie, where we feed our listeners with interesting in-world interviews. This episode we will be interviewing Fred Allendale. He runs a company that creates all kind of techie stuff, and of course we all want to know a little bit more about that. Welcome to our studio, Fred.
Thank you, happy to be here.
Awesome, it's good to see you, and of course to have an opportunity to have you interviewed. How are you doing today?
So far so good.
Awesome, that's good to hear. So can you tell us a little bit more about what kind of business you actually run in Second Life?
Sure. It's really a pretty eclectic variety of products that I've developed over the years. I've been in Second Life for about 15 years. I actually started here and still am doing it mostly as a hobby.
Of course, we also want to know a little bit more about you, the big brain behind the business. What would you say would you like to do the most, besides working, of course, to do in Second Life? How do you spend your time in the cell?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of covered that. I'm not very socially active in Second Life. I didn't really come here to socialize. So I do like to interact with people, particularly my customers or potential customers or people who have some interest in a product. Maybe they're not customers yet.
I will also add the link to your shop, of course, in the stream title notifications. So for the listeners who are curious for that, activate your stream title notifications, and there will be a direct teleport to Fred his shop, so you can check it out.
Oh, great!
See what he got there.
You're doing my marketing now.
Yeah, of course. We like
somebody has to do it.
Exactly. Well, then that being said, I would definitely recommend to go over to Fred's shop and see what kind of stuff he has to offer. Fred, is there anything else that you would like to say to our listeners?
No, I don't think so. Certainly, if you have some needs that you can't find anywhere for some scripted device,
Okay, well, it was a pleasure to have you here in the studio and to interview you today. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. I wish you a great day.
Thank you.
So, thanks everyone for listening to another episode of Virtual Cookie, today with Fred Allendale. I would definitely recommend to look him up in World and to visit his shop. In the stream title notification you will find the direct teleport. And of course check out his marketplace. You can see all the products that he has to offer and all his work that he been working on. I wish everyone a nice day. See you soon at the next Virtual Cookie. This is FangXiLi Xue for FxLx Radio. Music is the voice of the soul. So now you know how an interview will sound on air, right? Let's talk about some details regarding these interviews. For example, the length of the interviews. Of course, no one likes to listen to long interviews, and also listeners will lose attention after focusing more than 10 minutes to one item. That's also where our usual limit lies. Each interview we will try to finish within 10 or max 15 minutes. Another frequently asked question is, what does it cost to do an interview on air? And the very simple answer to that is absolutely nothing. Why? Okay, I will explain. Because interviews are a win-win situation. Our listeners love to hear short interviews, we like to provide short interviews, and the interviewee will have the opportunity to tell about their business, sim, shop, products, updates, and or new projects, anything, right? Now I can hear you think, but I have stage fright. And even this we have fully covered for you. Because we record the interviews right here in the studio and will stream them throughout a period of time for different time zones to make the interviews most effective and to reach a wider range of listeners. Because let's be honest, no one will be able to listen non-stop. So even if you have a sneeze coming up during the interview, this is absolutely no issue. We will cut out the unplanned parts, don't worry. The only requirement for the interview is a working microphone in World or on Discord with a decent quality and a background without interruptions during the interview. I think with this demo I have explained the most important information about the interviews of FxLx Radio. And if you're interested in doing an interview with us, contact me in World so we can plan a meeting. Also, don't hesitate to contact me in World for more information. The contact information will be posted in the description below this video. You can also find us in Second Life search, and of course the door to a radio studio is always open, so feel free to stop by. For now, I wish everyone a great day, take care and see you in World! Ciao!